Before you close your eyes, stay with me for just a moment, because there is something about this hour that most people never speak about. The night has a way of uncovering what the day helped us hide. All day long, we move, we answer, we smile, we keep going, we tell ourselves we are fine. But when the room turns quiet, and the world finally stops asking things from us, something else begins to speak. The heart, and sometimes what it says, is overwhelming. The thoughts you pushed aside all day suddenly return stronger. The fear about tomorrow, the pressure you never showed anyone, the silent ache beneath your strength, the one thing you keep replaying in your mind. It is almost as if the darkness knows exactly where the heart is most vulnerable. And maybe that is why this moment feels so sacred, because right here in this quiet space before sleep, we can no longer pretend we are left alone with what is real. But what if this is not the moment to fear? What if this is the very moment when God comes closest? Welcome to Evening Grace Prayers tonight. I want you to stay with me until the very end, because something happens in these quiet moments that many people miss. Sometimes the peace your heart searched for all day does not arrive in the noise, it arrives in the stillness. And before we go deeper, if this space brings peace to your soul and you want more moments like this each night, please take a moment to subscribe and support the channel. Your support truly helps us continue creating these nightly prayers for hearts that need rest, healing, and hope. Now stay close, because tonight may be the night something inside you finally lets go. And as that quiet invitation settles into your heart, let this next moment become the place where stillness turns into surrender. There is something deeply personal about the hour before sleep. It is the one part of the day where the soul no longer has strength to keep performing. The mind begins to slow, but the heart often remains awake, not physically awake, but emotionally still carrying what was left unfinished, still holding the weight of sharp words, moments that hurt more than expected, and fears that grow louder in the silence. I have come to love this moment each evening, not because it is easy, but because it is honest. This is the hour when I stop trying to fix everything. This is where I return what was never meant to stay in my hands, and tonight I invite you into that sacred exchange with me. Let us anchor this moment in the promise of Psalm 121. The Lord is your keeper. He who watches over you will neither slumber nor sleep. There is a tenderness in those words that reaches deeper than comfort. It means that while your body rests, God remains fully present. He sees the room you are in. He sees the ceiling you stared at with tired eyes. He sees the thoughts you could not silence. He sees the burden you carried in secret, and he does not turn away. That is why evening prayer is so precious, because this is where fear loses its voice. This is where the heart remembers it does not enter the night alone. So let us gently begin to pray together. Heavenly Father, as this evening settles around us and the world grows quiet, we come before you with hearts that are tired, honest, and open. Thank you for carrying us through this day. Thank you for the mercies we noticed and the ones we never saw. Thank you for the unseen ways you protected us, guided us, and held us together when we felt close to breaking. Lord, tonight we bring you everything still heavy, every thought circling in the mind, every emotions we did not process, every fear about tomorrow, every ache that falls into this room. We place it all into your hands. Your word tells us you are our keeper, that while we sleep, you remain awake. So tonight, watch over this room, watch over this home, watch over every person. We let your peace settle over us like a covering, too gentle to resist and too deep to explain. Let every anxious thought begin to soften. Let every restless place within us begin to breathe again. And as we continue into this prayer, let our hearts slowly learn what it feels like to rest in your presence. And as your heart begins to soften in his presence, let this be the moment where what was held tightly is finally placed into the hands of God. Father, tonight we come deeper, not with polished words, not with perfect faith, but with the truth of what this day left inside us. There are burdens we carried that no one saw, moments that looked ordinary but felt heavy within. The conversations still echoing in the mind, the decision. We are afraid to make the fear of what tomorrow may bring, the uncertainty resting beneath everything. Lord, there are thoughts that followed us into the night, thoughts that keep circling long after the room has gone still, questions without answers, worries without solutions, memories that return when the world grows quiet tonight. We do not want to carry them alone. So right here in this sacred stillness, we release them to you. We place every concern into your hands, every pressure from work, every weight from family, every hidden fear about the future, every silent grief, every disappointment we moved past too quickly. Father, take what has been too heavy for our hearts. Take the things we cannot fix. Take the things we cannot control. Take the things we no longer have strength to keep holding. And in exchange, let your peace enter the places where fear has been living. Lord, there are wounds that only speak at night. The fear of being alone, the fear of loss, the fear that something precious might change, the fear that tomorrow may hold something we are not ready for. But tonight, we bring even these fears into your light, because your peace is stronger than fear. Your truth is stronger than anxiety's whispers. Your presence is stronger than the silence of this room, Father. As we surrender what is within us, we now ask for your covering around us. Let this home rest beneath your protection tonight. Let us dwell under the shadow of the Almighty. Cover this room, cover every doorway, cover every window, cover the bed where we will rest. Let your angels stand watch around this home. Let peace fill every corner. Let no fear cross the threshold of this night. Guard our minds from intrusive thoughts. Guard our hearts from sudden anxiety. Guard our sleep from nightmares, from disturbance, from restlessness. Let your presence become the atmosphere of this room. Lord, I pray especially for the fragile heart tonight, the one who smiled through the day but is quietly unraveling right now, the one who looks strong to everyone else but feels exhausted inside, the one replaying what was said, what might happen next. Father, sit with them here, be near to them in this moment. Let them feel they are not abandoned. In the silence, wrap them in gentle certainty that they are held, that even now, while thoughts are racing, you remain steady, unshaken, present, watching over them. And Lord, extend that protection over every person they love. Watch over their family tonight, their children, their parents, their spouse, their friends, those nearby, and those far away. Stretch your hand over every home connected to this prayer. Let no harm come near them. Let no darkness disturb their peace. Let your grace stand guard where our hands cannot reach. Father, there are battles we do not even know, things moving beneath the surface of tomorrow that only you can see. So tonight, we surrender even the unseen to you. Go before us into the morning. Stand in the places we cannot yet see. Prepare peace where we expect pressure. Prepare answers where we expect confusion. Prepare mercy where we fear failure. And as we rest tonight, let our souls learn the holy freedom of letting go, not because every problem has disappeared, but because we trust that while we sleep, you are still working, you are still guarding, you are still holding together what feels fragile And in that truth, Lord, we finally begin to breathe again. And now, as what was heavy has been placed into God's hands, let this part of the night be less about holding on and more about receiving what only He can give. Father, in this quiet hour, we do not only ask for protection, we ask for restoration. There are places within us that have grown tired in ways words do not always reach. Sometimes it is not the body most exhausted. Sometimes it is the heart, the part of us that kept giving all day, the part that stayed patient when it was difficult, the part that remained kind while carrying pain, the part that kept moving, even while worn down. Lord, tonight, let your healing reach those unseen places. Let your peace move deeper than our thoughts. Go gently into the rooms of the soul where stress has lived. Touch the places where disappointment settled. Heal the parts of the heart that still ache from what was said, what was lost, or what never happened. The way we hoped, there are wounds that do not bleed, yet they still hurt. Silent disappointments, private grief, long waiting, questions we carried for far too long. Father, tonight, let this sleep become a place of healing as the body rests. Let the soul begin to mend. Let the mind loosen its grip on racing thoughts. Let the tension of this day slowly leave the body. Let the shoulders soften. Let the breathing deepen. Let the heartbeat slow beneath the calm of your presence. Lord, fill this room with holy stillness, not empty silence, but peace that feels alive, the kind that tells the heart it is finally safe to rest, because true rest is not simply sleep. Sometimes true rest is the quiet knowing that tomorrow is no longer ours to carry tonight. Father, while we sleep, continue the work we cannot do for ourselves. Heal what stress has strained, restore what worry has drained, renew what waiting has weakened, pour strength back into every weary place. Let the body recover from today's weight. Let the heart recover from what it carried. Let the mind recover from constant pressure of anticipating tomorrow. And Lord, if there is anyone listening tonight whose sleep has been troubled by fear, overthinking, or restlessness, let this night be different. Let this be the night their mind finds stillness. Let peace arrive more deeply than it has in a long time. Let their sleep be gentle. Let it be uninterrupted. Let it feel like being carried rather than collapsing. Father, speak through the quiet hours. If there is confusion, bring clarity. If there is heaviness, bring comfort. If there is weariness, bring renewed hope. Sometimes you speak most clearly in stillness. Sometimes your grace reaches us deepest when everything else has grown silent. And so tonight, as we rest, we trust you are already moving ahead of us. Go before us into tomorrow. Walk into the moments we have not seen, into the conversations we worry about, into the decisions we need to make, into the places where uncertainty lingers. Let your grace arrive there before we do. Prepare peace for the morning. Prepare strength for the tasks ahead. Prepare wisdom for the choices waiting. Prepare favor where we expect difficulty, Father. I love this part of the evening because it reminds me I do not need to solve tomorrow before sleep. I only need to trust you with it. There is something profoundly freeing about knowing the future rests more safely in your hands. So tonight, we release tomorrow completely, the schedule, the responsibilities, the unknown outcomes, the silent fears about what may come. We lay it all before you. And in its place, let your grace settle over the night. Let hope quietly rise again. Let faith breathe where fear once sat. Let the first light of morning find us renewed, steadier, and more deeply aware that we were never alone through this night. Because while we sleep, Lord, you continue loving, guarding, healing, and preparing what our hearts will need when the sun rises. And as this night now settles fully into peace, let us gently bring our hearts to final rest before sleep carries us into the quiet hours ahead. Father, thank you for meeting us here tonight. Thank you for staying with us through every thought, every emotion, every burden we placed into your hands. There is something deeply beautiful about this final moment before sleep. It is the moment when the heart no longer needs to keep searching, the mind no longer needs to keep solving, the soul no longer needs to keep carrying tonight after everything we surrendered. There is a softness settling over this moment, not because every question has been answered, not because every circumstance has changed, but because something deeper has happened. Our hearts have remembered where peace is found. It is found here with you, in this stillness, in this trust, in this sacred knowing that the God who held us today is already holding us through tomorrow. Father, as we lay our heads down tonight, let this room remain covered in your peace. Let every breath become slower and gentler. Let every muscle release the tension of the day. Let every corner of the heart rest beneath the quiet warmth of your presence. And for the one listening right now who still feels fragile inside, let this be the truth that follows them into sleep. You are safe tonight. You are not carrying this alone. You are held in the gentle keeping of God. Sometimes the most healing thing the soul hears before sleep is not an answer, it is reassurance. The quiet reminder that even when life feels uncertain, God remains steady. And tonight, that is the peace we rest in. If this prayer has brought peace to your heart, write softly in the comments, I rest in God's protection tonight. Let that be your quiet declaration of trust before sleep. Sometimes one sentence spoken in faith helps the heart truly let go. And if these evening prayers have become a place of peace, comfort, and healing for your soul, please subscribe to Evening Grace Prayers and support the channel so we can continue meeting here night after night in God's presence. Your support truly helps us keep creating peaceful bedtime prayers for hearts that need rest, hope, and healing. And if there is someone on your heart right now, someone carrying fear, anxiety, or silent pain into this night, share this prayer with them so they do not face the darkness alone. Now let the room grow quiet. Let your breathing slow. Let your heart rest. Close your eyes, release the last thought, still trying to hold on, and sleep tonight beneath the gentle covering of God's love, knowing that while you rest, He remains near, faithful, and awake over every moment of your night.